welcome back. I'm Brooke, maker behind Blue Bean Crochet. Last week, the end of my video, I put out into the universe that I wanted to make 100 plushies this week. All like the mini plushies, nothing big. I wanted to get 100 of them made. And I tried. I worked my little fingers to the bones, but I did not make 100 plushies this week. I got a total of 60 done, which I think is pretty impressive. Yeah, and I did come up with a new marketing idea I think I'm going to try for Comic-Con for the Nooks Hook Sleeping Dragons. I'm going to show you that. But yeah, it might be kind of boring. I only made 6 patterns, but I made anywhere from like 4 to 13 of them. So we'll just run through them. Yes, I will start showing you what I got done this week. So the first thing I'll show you is the Mini Loaf Cats by Annie Caraway Art. I managed to get 11 done this week. So I went with, for the most part, I focused on like the cat color cats. I like making them in a whole rainbow assortment of colors, but I focused on the black, little fuzz, the orange, and then I have a gray one here. I had a little bit of this. This is very, I've had it for a while. It's Bernat. I don't know the colorway, but it's the tubular Bernat, so it was not fun to work with, and it ended up working up a bit bigger than the mystical. And then I ended up doing some of them with just the cute little nose instead of the X. And I think I'm going to change to just doing the nose like this instead of the X. I think it's cuter. So here are 3 of them. I used the Cinder Mystical for the black cats. And then this is Mystical, and then this is that old Bernat variegated. And I do have a bin down here. I'm not just throwing them all on the floor. I did 2 in the Chenille Basic Brights, the tie-dye. This one's tie-dye, and this is a Bernat. It's not Brights. This is a Bernat variegated purple that I've had caked for a while. So there's 2 more. This one is the orange mystical, but I ran out of the orange, so he has a black tail. Just cute, right? It's fine. I did 2 more in the mystical Cinder. And then these 3 are Bernat as well. It's one of the variegated ones they have. Then there's 3 more of those. And this is a pattern by Annie Caraway Art, the Mini Kitten. Then I went ahead and did 3 more of Stanley the Toad. This is a pattern by Woodland Wool Crochet. And this is one of the ones that are free on their Instagram, and they have it on their Etsy as well. So I did one in like this teal, not really teal, it's like a mint. This is Brights. This one I had some pink, and then I finished it with this one. The size difference is crazy to me. I must have messed up somewhere. This one's so much smaller. But I know I didn't mess up on this one, and this one is out of the Bernat Mystical. I guess it's just so much thinner. They all turned out different sizes. Crazy. So these guys, they are no-sew. The only thing I do is they want you to start with 12 in the magic ring. I don't like doing that. I can't pull it closed enough to like get it really secured, even with like going back with the tail and like sewing it. So I start with 8 and then I do a single increase to get to 12 and then I just follow the pattern. But so I made 4 of these. Oh, can I do it? I don't think they're gonna stack. There we go. 4 of the Stanley the Stackable Toads by Woodland Wool Crochet. The red one I was gonna turn into a strawberry, but then I got lazy, so it's just a red frog. Or toad. They're toads technically, per the pattern. That was 4 more items I got done. And then I made a total of 5 pickles. Now I freehand all of my pickles. There's 5 of them. I can't hold all 5. But these are the ones that I put in the little, let's see, there we go. The little fry containers that just plop inside with the emotional support pickle that I use my thermal printer to print. So I got 5 more of these done. And like I said, I freehand them, but it's really simple. And none of them are the same. They're just, you just place the baubles wherever you see fit and the moment. Yeah, so they're all different. For these, I do start with 6 in a magic ring, and then I increase around, and then do a single increase to get to like, what is that, 18 stitches? And then I just crochet down. I usually do about 14 rows total from your magic ring to your decreases. So they're small and they're quick, and I just embroider a little mouth and put the eyes. I used 14mm eyes on these guys. I would have used 16 if I had them, but I'm out of 16mm black eyes right now. And then let's see what else. I made 2 car swinging animals, the spiders. I made 2 of these. This is the jumping spider pattern by Handmade by Nicole. I just make it out of Posh yarn, so it's little itty bitty, and then I just chain out for this. How I secure this is I just surface crochet and then chain the amount for it, and then reattach it with a slip stitch. But I started doing the chain with these before I finish and stuff the butt, so I can turn it inside out and I can tie it really tight, the end's really tight, so it's just like really secured in there. So 2 little car swings. I really need to make more car swings. That's the next thing I need to get done. Going with the spider theme, I made a total of 13 jumping spiders, y'all. 13 of these things. I don't know if I want to make any more jumping spiders. So I made 2 light gray and 1 dark gray. Now what I started doing is I added an extra round in the head part, and I just think it looks a little poofier. Let me see, where is one that I didn't do that on? So like this one, my heads were coming out really flat, like I feel like, compared to let me see. The blue one's a good one. Like you can see, just it's taller, and I like this look a little bit better. So this is handmade by Nikel's jumping spider pattern. And I follow everything except for you decrease, I just add an extra round. So yep, I did most of these I did out of scraps. I just came down and grabbed a bunch of stuff out of my little scrap bin, threw it in a little container, and that's what I made them out of. So I have one blue. This one has just a little booty stripe. And I made one in like the reverse. So it has the pink stripe and the pink body, and the rest of it's blue. There's those two. I showed you the gray ones. I did this one in navy and red, and then this one's red and black. I did two of the brown, and these are pretty much all brights, I believe. There might be some brunette in here, but like I said, they were all scrap balls, so I'm not totally sure. But it's all blanket yarn. Do not have the fuzzy butts, but I did. This one started in black. I just had a little black left, so it started in that, and then the rest of it's gray. Or not gray. Brown. And then I did the same with this one, where I just had a little bit left, and then I made the rest. And I think this is rust. Or it might be mustard. But yeah, the little blue one, it does have a little different top of that one. The blue, this one's a light blue and like a, I think this is hot coral, or it's coral in brights. And then this one's the same like coral color, but the body's navy. Those are all of my spiders. The next thing that I made was platypus. Is there a plural for platypus? I should have looked that up. Well, I made a bunch of them, nonetheless. And I like making everything in rainbow colors. I just think it's fun. People get excited when something's their favorite color, no matter what it is. I remember specifically that it was an older, probably like teenager, was their favorite animal was a platypus and favorite color purple. So they were so excited that I had a purple platypus. So even though they're not traditional colors, sometimes they just make people happy that you have things in different colors and they can find their favorite color. So I did two in the pink, two purple, and these are all brights. I think this color is brunette, but pink, two purple, and it's Puddles the Platypus by Avery Crafts a lot. And I made three in like the teal and yellow mustardish color. I made three in these. And this is also no-sew pattern, which is great. You do make the tail, and the body's no-sew, the tail gets crocheted in. This is the mint color, and then just some of the purple I had left. I didn't have enough to make another platypus with it, so. And the light purple, so I had to improvise. I made three in blue. I have three little blue ones. And then I do make regular colored ones as well. I have three in the brown. I'm trying to go through this quickly so I don't like bore you, because it's the same thing over and over and over again. They just might be different colors. But the last multiple that I made are the possums. And this is Joey the No-Sew Possum by Lovable Crafts. This is my favorite possum pattern. He's kind of just a little loaf, but they're cute. I did some with the safety eyes, some without safety eyes. They're just embroidered. This is my first time actually using safety eyes in them. I usually just embroider the eyes. And then I made 2 with the little X's for eyes. So there's 4 of them. And then I have 2 more. 3 more with the safety eyes. And then this one I did embroider the eyes on. So the only thing different than the pattern that I do, and this is a free pattern on their Instagram, but they also have a paid version on Etsy. So I'll link them both. But so they have you starting the magic ring in pink and then doing the stitches in that and then changing directly to the white. I don't like doing that. So I just don't. I just do the whole face in white and then go back and embroider the nose. And I still think they look cute. And so I did try something different because after making like several gray possums, I was like, I'm so tired of this. So I did make 2 using the Premier graffiti yarn. And this is the graffiti white. So I did this, it's the same pattern, everything's same, but instead of gray, I did the graffiti white. And I don't think they turned out that bad. I mean, they're kind of cute. I do have other graffiti yarn up there that I might try to make some other ones. Because my goal was to have 25 possums because they are a really good seller for me. And I'm at 21 total after everything I made this week. So I might make maybe 1 or 2 and different ones and just see how they do. Never know unless you try. But I think they're fun. It still looks like a possum. Because I use, did I tell you what I use? I use Sweet Snuggles Light for my possums and a 5mm crochet hook for all of the possums. And the last thing, it is the last thing, I finished it this afternoon to get me to that 60, is a sleeping dragon. I used the loops and threads, the grande ombre, what I had left of the greenish one. And then this is sand, I think. Or is it toast? I don't remember. I went and checked. It is the Mama Made Minis toast. That's what the wing color and the back color is. So what I thought about doing for Comic-Con and maybe some of the other convention-ish markets is I ordered dice. They're just they have the 20-sided dice, the 5-sided, 6-sided, all of the little different dice for my D&D or tabletop playing friends. And the little dice pouch fits right in the little dragon. And so the little sleeping dragon is just guarding the dice. I thought it was a cute idea. We'll see how it goes. Just another way to market. The dice weren't that expensive on Amazon. And I'll just add it to my price. But yeah, I thought it was a cute idea. My husband does a lot of the tabletop RPG games. That's kind of what gave me the idea when he has his game nights. Yep. So 1 more sleeping dragon with the dice. And that rounds out all 60 items that I made this week. Even though it wasn't 100, I am very pleased with what I got done. And thankfully, basically everything I made, I don't have to tag. They all go in little bins with little price tags. I just have to bag them up in their correct little bags, so I am mildly organized when I go set up. And yeah, that's what I got. I'm very impressed that I got 60. I was honestly thinking I was only going to get maybe like 20 or 30 things done. But yeah, we are working away at that to-do list. I got most of them knocked off, and the other things, they're at a number I'm comfortable with having going into like convention, the Comic-Con, and the other shows I have. So I am happy about that. That's all I got. And we'll see what I can get done in the next week. I think I'm like 34 days. There's a countdown. As of me filming this, which it is 12:46 a.m. Friday, August 21st. There is, I don't know if you can see that, 35, it's probably backwards, but there is 35 days, 11 hours, 13 minutes, and 23 seconds until the start of Comic-Con. So I think I can do it. I think I'm in a good space. I will not be returning with 60 plushies, but hopefully I have some interesting things, because there's some new ones I want to see about making. Not maybe new patterns, but patterns I haven't made for a while or have been wanting to make. Those are the ones that I will probably try to get done. Because after pushing through, basically, I guess it's not batch making, because I made them one at a time. But yeah, very tedious to get all of those done back to back. But without further ado, I won't keep you any longer. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I will see you next week. Bye.